Huh?
I was just saying, go Kelly.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, my name is Kelly Mosley, and basically, I have put together a guide to moderate a focus group. The focus group is about a food co-op. The name of the food co-op, it's Mothers of the Universe. So basically, the problem that this particular organization has is they have a lack of customers. So pretty much they're a startup company, and they're hoping to get funding. And in doing so, they need to get information for their business plan. So they have a general idea of what they want to do, but they're interested in trying to gain members. So the problem here would be a lack of customers at the food co-op named Mothers of the Universe. Their goal is to understand how they want to find out the focus group members of the universe, the food co-op is different from competition because in their particular area in Los Angeles or Southern California, there are lots of food co-ops. So they want to make sure that they understand how Mothers of the Universe is different from the competition, and they want to see if they could provide ideas for future promotional campaigns for MOU, which stands for Mothers of the Universe. The participants, they range in ages from 25 to 65, basically shoppers interested in or following a vegetarian or a specific diet plan. They live within 5 miles of the food co-op, and basically they were recruited at a local farmer's market and screened through a short paper survey. As far as reimbursement, basically they were offered healthy snacks and bottles of alkaline water during their focus group. So pretty much when I talk about the intro, I just basically ask them, their names and what are their favorite places to shop. I wanted to find out what they did during their leisure time. For example, did they, go to a lot of farmers markets? Did they exercise? Did they do certain things as far as relaxation? And were they interested in self-improvement? So basically, I wanted to find out why they would be interested in joining a food co-op. What would be some of their motivational reasons? And so I basically chose to talk about nutrition and culture as far as the focus group members question. So for you guys, you're going to be the focus group members. You're at a food co-op. You could choose anyone in LA, Santa Monica, West LA, near your job, or, even the one in Hollywood. And just imagine that you're out and about on a Saturday or Sunday morning. I stop you and you say, yeah, let's do this. So we just step over to a corner, and it takes 5 to 10 minutes to answer the question. So, it's a beautiful sunny morning, and let's get started, ladies. Okay. So, first of all, I would like to ask you some things about yourselves, your personal interests as far as nutrition, your nutritional culture, and your diet plans. So, my first question would be, how did you become interested in following your specific lifestyle diet? So, we could just start with, let's say, Mary Cruz. So, do
My
you have any specific diet plan that you follow?
um
I'm
I
sorry.
don't have an exact like diet that I follow, but I try to stay away from a lot of processed foods and a lot of fast food restaurants. So I try to stay away from like McDonald's, Burger King, but I don't follow like a strict diet per se.
Okay, great. Okay, Natalie, the same question for you. How did you become interested in following us? Do you have a specific lifestyle diet plan? And if so, what were some of the reasons that you started? Was it because of like maybe medical issues? Um, it says specific probes, peers, something that may have happened in your life, maybe your culture.
Um, I don't follow a specific diet, but I'm normally plant-based. I don't restrict myself from foods. I just kind of, if I want to eat it or if I see it, I will eat it. I'm plant-based just because over the last, I don't know, 10 or so years, I've just kind of taking, I don't really like meat so much. I don't really like the taste or texture of it, so I don't eat a lot of it. And that's just about it.
Okay, great. Same here. Okay, so Hannah, same question. How did you become interested in following a specific diet plan? And what were some, if so, what were some of the reasons? It could be a yes or no.
So I'm kind of similar to Mary and Natalie in the sense where I don't try to restrict myself from foods. But like Mary was saying, I try not to eat so many processed foods. I try not to eat fast foods, and a lot of the reasons underlying that are I'm a huge environmentalist, and I think ultimately eating locally would be the best diet for everyone. But due to financial constraints, you can't always do that. So I just try to be very conscious about what I choose to put into my diet, I think.
Great. Thank you so much for your answer. Okay, and last but not least, Jocelyn, same question. How did you become interested in, if so, how did you become interested in following a specific lifestyle diet? And what were some of the reasons? Peers, trauma, medical issues, or just your own personal reasons?
Yeah, so
Jocelyn.
yeah, similarly to the rest of the participants here, I don't follow a specific diet plan. I do eat meat, but it's a limited amount, so it's a per week on a per week basis. And the reason why I am transitioning more into the vegetarian side of things is because of family history of diabetes, and so I'm trying to set myself up for the best possible health that I could have.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies, for your first answer. Okay, and the second question that I have, it talks about competitive positioning here. So can you all give me a reason why you would probably become a member of a food co-op? If so, like what would be some of the reasons that you think you would possibly join a food co-op? So let's start with Hannah.
I would join a food co-op mostly for probably environmental reasons, to become closer with the community, to make connections with people who think similar to me about food and how we consume that.
Okay, great. Okay, and Jocelyn, same question. Why would you become a member of a food co-op?
Yeah, I think I would be really interested in supporting small businesses and the local community more than anything. And if it's something that's really near me and it's a convenient distance from where I live, then that would be even better. But that's basically why.
Okay, let's see. And Mary Cruz.
I would have to piggyback off what Hannah and Jocelyn both said. Just again to be like more environmentally friendly, and I believe that it's easier to achieve it through like a network that thinks similar to you. Um, so that would be my reasoning.
Okay, great. And Natalie.
I would do it for sustainability purposes and if it financially made sense. And if it was, convenient in terms of proximity and if it fit into my schedule.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, ladies. Okay, so pretty much, I don't know what my time strain is, but my next question would be, are the food groups that you have been to, are they different from each other, or are they pretty much all the same? And
Sorry.
if so, in what ways? For example, do different people go to the same food groups that, I mean, co-ops that you've been to? Are, are they're different, like different areas, or, so can you give me some background information on some of the food co-ops that you've been to before?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
start.
so let's start. Okay.
I was going to say I don't have a lot of personal experience participating in food co-ops. I'm just more so interested in them.
Okay. Fine. Great. Thank you. Okay,
Um,
Jocelyn.
Sorry. Also, in terms of time
Oh,
constraints, you've got about 1 minute or 2 minutes left. And so, if
okay.
we just want to run through this question, and then you can give us a concluding question, so that we can continue on with our focus group. Sorry, I don't mean to rush you at all, Kelly. You're doing a great job.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Okay, Jocelyn, and what's have you been? Do you have a food co-op that you go to, and have you been to any in the past?
I have been to one food co-op in my life, and it always has a very communal sense of within the facility itself. So it always just feels like everyone knows one another, and they're all very in tune with what they believe and how they lead their lifestyle.
Okay, great. Thank you. Mary Cruz.
I've never been to one, but it is something that I would be interested in.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Natalie.
I've been to one in my hometown, and it was a pleasant experience. There's just an issue of supply because people tend to get to it, before others can. And so there's just like not enough food sometimes, but it was a nice experience overall.
Okay, that's something to remember. Okay, let's see. Okay, basically, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Um, so, okay, I don't know if this would be acceptable, but can you, for those that have been to a food group, can you just pretty much tell me the names? You can make up one, or give me an area where it was.
Ocean Beach Food Co-op.
Okay, great. Okay, anyone else?
Laguna Beach.
Okay. Mary Cruz,
Oh, I've never been.
have you ever been to
No.
okay, I'm sorry, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, and last but not least, Hannah.
I've also never been to one personally, but I used to do research surrounding sustainable food co-ops. And so the one that comes to mind is Rainier Beach Food Co-op.
Rainier Beach. Okay, great. Okay, well, thank you so much, ladies, for your participation in my focus group. I really do appreciate your time. And if you would like, I have some wonderful snacks here in my basket. And if you would like to take a water with you as well, you're more than welcome to. Thank
Thank you,
you, and have a
Kelly.
great time shopping and enjoying the farmers market today.
Woohoo!
Oh, nice.
Great, good job.
Good job.
Okay, let me get my screen set up.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm starting timer.
So yeah, that was pretty light. And so now we get to some real business.
Okay, and I'm starting my timer now. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I've gathered you all today because you are all social media users. And so today we're going to discuss a little bit about general awareness around echo chambers. So first, I would like to go around the group and see what your familiarity is with echo chambers. And if you do know what they are, if you could describe it in your own words. And we will start with Natalie.
Okay, so I minored in media literacy for my bachelor and graduate studies, and I had to essentially do analyses of what their impacts were in terms of media literacy and how they affect people. And given the current political climate, I think that it's important to raise awareness to the fact that they have a huge impact on politics, society, and just overall general consensus of how people conduct life, and they can spread misinformation, things like that. So that's just my position overall on it.
Thank you. Mary?
For echo chambers, I don't really know what they are. So yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you. Jocelyn?
Yeah, echo chambers to me are like this sort of like social bubble, but in a digital form. And so it sort of keeps the algorithms keep your specific social bubble from like being exposed to specific narratives that are not aligned to what you're used to seeing or what you believe in. And it's just a way to keep you like engaged with the platform more than anything. And yeah, and wants to keep you connected with the friends and family members that you basically have similar interest and thoughts on whatever issue is being discussed.
Yeah, totally. That's almost the exact definition. Thank you. Kelly, how about you?
No, actually, I am not real familiar with echo chambers. I have kind of done a little research, and I find it very interesting. But no, I don't know very much about them.
And that's okay. Thank you guys for your honest answers. So within the context of social media, when we talk about echo chambers, we're talking about an environment on social media in which the user is surrounded by beliefs and opinions that reflect and reinforce their own. This can have further implications when you talk about politics and being empathetic towards other people's views and their perspectives. So my second question is, do you believe that you are in a social media echo chamber? And I want to direct that question to Natalie and Jocelyn, because they were already aware of echo chambers. And if so, what does your echo chamber look like? And
Sorry, I'll just go ahead. I would say that during times of heavy politics like elections, my algorithms tend to lean more towards my political party preference and the media I choose to consume. As a whole, as of late, I've been very, because I did minor and the subject kind of analyzing it, I've been more mindful of like what I do consume and control and what I choose to kind of listen to. So I would say I'm more of an informed consumer on that point. So I try to keep my feed as balanced as possible and just like what I consume in general, just because I'm aware of it. So it could be different for other people. But yeah, that's my answer.
thank you for your answer. And also, I want to reiterate, no one has to share any political views if they're uncomfortable. I didn't mean to provoke that kind of conversation with that question. Jocelyn, do you want to go ahead and talk about your echo chamber with how much you're comfortable saying?
Yeah, of course. So I don't necessarily, so I've been sort of looking to other channels that are not social media platforms to inform myself on those topics. Obviously, my family and friends are a lot more quiet on that front as well. So I don't typically see that front and center in some of my social media activity. And I just mostly like food recipes and baking and all that. So that's what I try to like so that I keep getting fed that type of content rather than political and news and all of that.
I like that.
Pun
So,
intended.
so Jocelyn, would you say that you're using echo chambers to your advantage, that there are some positives to being able to curate your own experience on social media?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Mary and Kelly, now that you're a little bit more familiar with echo chambers and their definition, what would you say that you are in echo chambers based off of what we've described here?
I can go first. I try to be balanced as well. I try to not, especially like with politics, I try to like stay away from it as much as possible. So even if, I see something that may support like what I support, I try to like not like it just because politics and I are not friends really. I try to just stay away from it.
Okay. Kelly, you?
Well, I will, as far as politics are concerned, I agree with Mary Cruz. I try to stay away from politics on social media. But now that you've explained it to me, I think probably so I am in like a echo chamber type of environment, because I do tend to focus on certain things, like I said, like lifestyle choices, which is pretty much based on culture, the things I believe in, and the way I eat. You know, I'm a tree hugger. I like to save animals. I'm into saving the planet. And if you're not into a lot of things that I'm into, then pretty much I have no interest in talking with you because we have nothing in common. So on that note, yes, I pretty am an echo chamber, but I wouldn't say in a negative way, more so positively. I try to focus on promoting my beliefs with people that I associate with, you know, in order to make the world a better place.
Do you find that diversity of opinion is inherently good, Kelly?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Would you say, because I really
Could you
liked what you
repeat
were
that
talking
question?
about, sorry, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go to the next question then. I did have a probe for you, but it sounds like our connection is a little bad. So because we're down to about the last minute or so, I'll just ask a general discussion question to kind of conclude things. And not all of you have to respond, just raise a hand if you'd like to touch on it. But would you say that, oh wait, I lost my question. Ah, oh, do you guys believe that echo chambers are inherently bad or only when they spread misinformation?
Mhm.
Yeah, Mary, go for it.
I think that they can be bad, just because I feel like if you're always stuck in like your ways and what you like, you're not gonna grow. I believe that even if you may not like what someone has to say, it's good to just listen and like, like just hear what they have to say, because you may not agree with it, but you can like it'll change your perspective on things. And
Mhm.
especially like for example for me with like the reason I try to stay away from politics on social media is because I feel like it's like the extremes, like people are not willing to have conversations. It's just like this is what I see and like my point of view, but like in real life I feel like it's different, but on social media it's like people are just saying what their thoughts on are and are not really open to hearing like the opposing side. So I feel like it can be bad because then you're gonna forever think that you're correct and no one else is like right. So
So, follow up for that, would you consider diversity of opinion to be very valuable when having these conversations?
I do, yes, because again, you don't have to agree with them, but just listening to
Mhm.
them is like important because that's how you learn and grow as a person. So I think that it is very important.
Jocelyn, did you have something else to say?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with what Mary is saying. And I think that in concept, I think social chambers are a very like unique feature and very in the sense of just being able to share the same interest with the different members of whatever social platform you're using. But when it comes to topics that affect us as a society and as a whole, then that becomes a little bit problematic for the reasons that Mary is saying, and bringing diversity into the conversation, understanding one another, having conversations rather than shouting at one another or canceling one another. Then that's when it could potentially be a huge problem for us as a community.
Thank you. That was really well said. Thank you guys all so much for participating today. Unfortunately, we are out of time. And so I will give the next focus group leader some time to speak. But there is some fictional water, coffee, and juice and snacks at the back of the room. Feel free to help yourself. And a $30 Amazon gift card will be in your email boxes at the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for participating. And I will hand the mic over to Jocelyn.
Thanks, Hannah. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time here on this beautiful Sunday morning. I hope that you guys are having a great weekend so far. I am here to talk to you guys about a local gym here that you all are familiar with. You were members as of 2 years ago. You're no longer members. And so we're trying to understand why what one might have changed, and what might have been the reason for canceling your membership here at the gym. So the gym is Thunder Crunch. You guys are familiar with them. And one of the first things I wanted to get to know you guys a little bit more. So what are some of your weekday priorities and, outside of work? So when you have some free time, what is it you're spending it on? And I'll just go ahead and get started with Hannah.
Thank you, Jocelyn. In my free time, when I'm not doing school and hanging out with my family, I would say I'm mostly on my phone. I go for walks here and there, but it's not I don't have a lot of commitments during the weekday outside of school and family. So in my free time, it's mostly social media and walks. Yeah.
Thank you, Hannah. Natalie?
I would say that I don't have a ton of free time just because I'm a full-time grad student and I'm also maintaining a small business. But when I do have free time, I do watch a lot of Netflix. I do cook a lot of good food and I do spend a lot of time with my family.
Thank you, Natalie. Mari?
I love going to the gym. I make it a priority. I'm like one of those psychopaths that wakes up at like 5 in the morning if I know I have a long day ahead of me, just because I'm a foodie and I feel like going to the gym like will make me feel good when I do indulge in food.
Thank you. Kelly?
Oh, I go to the gym every morning. I get up about, let's say, 7 o'clock, and I spend about 2 hours in the gym. My gym has like a sauna and a spa in it, so I pretty much go through my routine. I like to swim. I do a lot of walking. When I'm done with that, I go and hang out in the sauna and the steam room with the other ladies, and it's pretty much part of my weekly routine. I use the gym for two reasons. One, for exercising, and two, just for like a social outlet.
Wonderful, thank you. And just a follow-up question for Mari. Do you have any specific fitness goals that you are trying to accomplish, or are you training for anything in particular?
I'm doing it for like personal goals. Like I love to lift heavy. Like I can show you my hands. Like I have calluses like really bad because I like love to lift. I'm trying to grow my thunder thighs.
Thank you, Mari. And Hannah, Natalie, do you guys have any fitness goals or anything that you try to generally keep in mind as you go about your day-to-day? Hannah, you can go first.
Yeah, one of my fitness goals, I don't even know if it's a fitness goal, it's more so a wellness goal. I just try to be out in the sun for at least 30 minutes a day, and I try to take like whatever 10,000 steps, but I'm not a huge fitness person, so in general.
Thank you. Natalie? Oh, I think you're on mute. Oh,
Sorry, I was on mute. I do have a gym membership and I do try and make an effort to at least get in 4 days a week and at least 30 minutes of cardio. In terms of any fitness goals, mine is just pretty much to stay as healthy as I can. But if I have an event or something, I'll try to get in shape before it. But yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, my next question is, if you guys do get to a point in your life, if you're not already a member of a gym or conducting some type of fitness goal on your own, what are the 3 top factors that you guys would look for when joining a gym? And we'll start with Kelly.
Oh, well, first of all, it has to Second of all, it has to have different type of activities, such as, like I said, a pool. They have to have a track. They have to have different types of exercise machines or systems. I also like to take advantage of personal trainers, but mostly I'm really concerned about how they maintain their facility because of COVID nowadays, and just people using different equipment or whatever. There's always some gym rat that never leaves, and I worry about cleanliness. So basically it's how they maintain their facility.
Thank you, Kelly. What about you, Mari?
I would say the number one thing for me is it has to be in a good area. Um, and that's number one for me, just because like as a woman, I sometimes go to the gym by myself, and I don't want to go to a place where I don't feel safe, especially like if I go at night, or like again, like at 5 in the morning, like it's pretty dark. So it has to be in a good area just for safety reasons. And number two, I would say they have to have a lot of like lifting machine, or like squat racks and stuff like that, so I can lift, because that is important for me. And then number three, I would say I guess again just like the cleanliness, because I am there like for a really long time. I don't want to go somewhere where I know that like the restrooms are always dirty, or like it's just not good, like an environment to be at. So those would be my top three.
Thank you. Natalie?
My top three factors would be cleanliness. Second would be environment and where the gym is located, because I live in a metropolitan area. I'm also female, so I have to be mindful of my safety and feel safe. And then I would say like variety of not just equipment, but if they offer classes, that's really useful too. I kind of like to go to gyms that have everything, because I'm just a one-stop shop kind of person. Like, don't like to get in my car and drive to different classes because there's too much traffic. So
Thank you, Natalie. And Hannah?
I would say my top three factors are pretty similar to everyone else's. As a woman, I would very much value my safety. So location of it would have to be somewhere safe, somewhere accessible, somewhere well lit, so that, when it does get dark outside a little bit earlier, I would still feel comfortable going to the gym. I would also want to make sure that the gym has policies in place for sexual harassment of any kind. And then cleanliness would be my second, or probably tied with safety. With COVID and everything going on, I would want to make sure that there were some good protocols in place for keeping everything sanitized. And then my third factor would be what kind of equipment they have, and like Natalie was saying, what kind of services they offer, like classes, personal trainers, etc.
Thank you so much, ladies. One other thing, so Hannah, you mentioned that fitness for you is in the form of going out and getting some fresh air, some sunlight. But to that end, what does it bring to your life, basically? What kind of feeling or unique aspect of fitness in your terms mean to you in your daily life?
I'm doing it purely for the endorphins. I need something that is going to make me happy after I do it that isn't on my phone or instant gratification. And so something like that, even as benign as my fitness routine is, as walking outside in the sunlight, just the physical motion of moving and the endorphin release are why I do it. It's not to get fit or me trying to comply to a certain body type.
Thank you so much. Natalie?
Mine is just also purely endorphins, my reasoning behind it. And just also because I'm thinking about just kind of my age, even though I'm not old, I'm 31, but I just want to be healthy. So I have a family history of things. So I just want to not provoke those, genetic, like inherited really bad things in my bloodline. So yeah.
Thank you, Natalie. Kelly?
Oh, I'm sorry. My neighbor's hammering is kind of driving me crazy. I kind of lost track of what you were saying. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question. And I also want to apologize if anyone can hear the noise. Yeah, can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. And I don't hear anything, so all good. Yeah, I was just asking the group what sort of benefit the fitness brings into your life. Why do you do it other than, staying fit and what it means to you, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, you get up in the morning and it's kind of hard, it's like uh it's a chore, but after I exercise I feel a lot better. I sleep a lot better, and when I'm there I'm interacting with people that I know, or I meet new people. Also, I enjoy learning new things, so I always try to add something to my regimen. But basically I would say the same thing that Hannah said. It kind of releases the happy hormones, the endorphins, and it makes me feel better about myself. And I sleep much better at night, so it makes me feel better.
Thank you, Kelly. And Mari?
I would say the endorphins, as Hannah stated, just because I feel like it's a it's like a stress reliever for me, because like with school and working and everything, like you get so stressed out, and like sometimes you want to like punch the wall, punch somebody in the face, and obviously you can't do that. So like going to the gym for me is like that, releasing that stress from like, okay, like I have to do X, Y, and Z, but like going to the gym makes me like release that stress, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel happy, and it like it just makes me feel accomplished, because it's like we have to do schoolwork and we have to do work, but like I enjoy going to the gym, so it's like my free time.
Thank you so much. And I think I might be out of time. I think. Yeah. Do you guys know? Sorry, I didn't keep
I did
a
have a
timer.
recording, but all right, I wasn't keeping track of your time, but I finished
Okay.
at 9:32 and it's 9:42 now.
Okay.
So do you have any concluding questions that you want us to finish off with? Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Can I yeah, one last thing before I let you guys go. What are the gyms, I mean, what are your thoughts on Thunder Crunch itself? And so what are some of your perceptions, I guess, on the type of people that join this gym? And I understand you guys are not necessarily familiar, but just from what you might have heard from other your community or other members that have been there, let me know. We can get started with Hannah.
I stopped going to Thunder Crunch because I was really intimidated by how fit everyone was around me, and I felt that there weren't enough services offered for someone with my body type who was just trying to build up strength, whereas I felt like it was already for people who were, and excuse my language, muscle heads. And so it felt like it wasn't a place for a beginner to start off with. It was more so already so intense that a beginner couldn't start at that level.
Thank you so much. Natalie?
I moved out of the area, so that's why I canceled my membership.
Great. Thank you. Kelly?
Well, I go to a gym because there are a lot of older women and we kind of sit around and we munch on treats or whatever after we exercise. So it wasn't really the demographic that I was looking for.
Thank you so much. And Mari?
I stopped going because even though I love going to the gym, I'm not like a muscle head. I don't have like this tiny lean body. So it was just like I just didn't feel comfortable.
Thank you guys so much for your time and your responses. You guys are all getting a $100 certificate to Serenity Spa, and a yoga mat from Lululemon. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and next up is Natalie. Do you want to set your own 10-minute timer, or do you want me to?
I'm just looking at the time. It's 9:45, so I'm going to go as succinct as possible through this.
Perfect, you got it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie White, and I am working as on assignment for a large cosmetics company, and I'm just trying to gauge consumer interest in makeup purchases over skincare. This is for their research and development team, just to see what their next steps are in terms of the newest product they're going to produce. So I'm going to start with names. If you can all please state your name.
Hi,
My
Natalie.
name is Kelly Mosley. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. My name's Jocelyn Salas.
I'm Hannah Chuck.
Kelly Mosley.
Perfect.
That's now that we've gotten everyone's name. I'm going to ask each people individually, just your background on purchasing makeup and skincare products, and just see what you guys purchase. Hannah, can you please tell me if you purchase skincare products?
Yes, I am a big CeraVe fan. I don't know if we're naming brands here, but I have like a collection of CeraVe. I also use a few products from The Ordinary, like the chemical face peel. But overall, I would say that I buy more makeup products than skin products.
Okay. And then Jocelyn, do you purchase products as well in the skincare area, or do you only purchase makeup products?
Yeah, so I actually just made a shift to more skincare products, mostly because I noticed that I stopped breaking out as much as I used to when I was younger. And so I'm just trying to maintain that more than anything. So yeah, I'm trying not to wear makeup products anymore.
Okay. And then Kelly.
Same thing. I just pretty much have a skincare line that I use. I don't really use makeup very much. I wear like eyeliner and maybe mascara and eyebrow pencil when I go to work, but that's only if I have to. Other than that, I try to make sure I don't use makeup products. And it's not that I don't like makeup products, it's just that the market has changed and I have gotten a lot of information that has kind of scared me. So I'm still like researching different makeup lines that I would like to purchase, certain makeup lines that don't have chemicals in it. So pretty much I'm kind of like in limbo right now. I just don't wear makeup because I haven't found a cosmetic line that I feel comfortable using.
Okay. And then Mari.
I actually love both, but I definitely splurge more on makeup than I do skincare, but I do have skincare products, and I've tried to include that more, but definitely more of a makeup type of gal.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. And then for the people who answered that they tend to purchase makeup more over skincare, I have a specific question to ask, and just I want to know, is it because of the overall importance of makeup? Do you have appearance concerns, or if it makes you feel better to purchase more makeup? So I'll start with you, Hannah.
I find that I purchase more makeup than skincare products because makeup is like instant gratification, instant results. And so when I have a breakout, I don't go and I look for a skincare product to solve that breakout because like that'll take at least a month for it to take effect into my skin. Rather, I'll go and I'll buy an expensive foundation. So that's like an instant fix while my skin calms down, and I can look for more skincare products to just let it kind of cycle through on its own.
Okay. And then for you, Mari?
It's just, as Hannah said, instant gratification. I feel like I see what I look like every day without makeup, and I just feel better once I have like 10 pounds of makeup on my face. And it's like, wow, who is she?
For sure. And then for people that do have a routine, I'll start with Hannah again. What is your typical routine throughout the day? Is it more minimal, or a skincare routine? Is it more minimal, or is it more spread out? How would you describe your routine?
I just have an AM and PM routine. I used to have a 3 times a day routine where I would do like a product in the afternoon, and then I would do like whatever the exfoliant like every 3 days or so. But I'm really trying to limit that now because I think I'm stressing out my skin. So I just wash my face and then I put moisturizer on, and then I'll use a primer in the morning after I wash my nighttime products off, and then I'll maybe exfoliate once a week.
Okay, and then you, Jocelyn.
I also have an AM and PM routine. And it's mostly just about, yeah, taking off everything, or just, yeah, moisturizing my face, protecting it from the sun. And then, yeah, similar to what Kelly was saying, I use like maybe some eyebrow filler, and then my lashes, mascara, and like maybe a tinted moisturizer or something like that. But it's, yeah, just those 2 times a day.
Okay, and then for you, Kelly.
Same thing, 2 times a day. I wash my face in the morning, put on my moisturizer, and if I go to work, when I come home, I try to wash off the eye makeup, and the same thing, cleanse and moisturize.
Okay, and then you, Mari.
I only have a nighttime routine. So I will obviously brush my teeth and then wash my face. And then after I wash my face, I'll spray like a mist on my face, like a hyaluronic acid. And then I will put like a nighttime serum. And then after that, I'll moisturize my face. And then after that, I'll put my eye cream and then my oil on my face just to lock in that moisture.
Okay, sounds good. It sounds like everyone has a pretty basic routine here. So my next question I want to ask is for everyone, and I'll start with Hannah. How important are skincare ingredients to you personally? Do you have a position on them, or are you kind of, or are you more okay with whatever's in your product?
I have super sensitive skin, so I very much care about what's in my product. It took me a long time going through like beauty trends of what was most popular at the time. Like I remember when we were all using BB cream as moisturizer back when I was like 13 or something. But very much I've switched to a more gentle routine with water-based moisturizers, and I have different moisturizers for different moods. But clean ingredients are very important to me when it comes to things that are going to be absorbed into my skin.
Okay, and for you, Jocelyn, the same question. How important are skincare or ingredients in your skincare products?
I would say they're important, but I also don't have a very informed like knowing of which products are, or which like ingredients are good for me or bad for me. I usually just go off of whatever's being recommended by my dermatologist or the like facial spa that I go to. But it probably would be a good idea to pay more attention to that. But I haven't had any bad effects so far, so I'm happy with what I'm using right now.
Totally. So you would say that it's more of a informing, educational kind of constraint that you're feeling, or that you want. Would you want, just to elaborate on that, would you want more education in skincare based on the products you buy, or you would still be, or would you just be happy with what you're using?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be helpful to be get more information on that. And yeah, generally, I mean, I think outside of like I use CeraVe as well for my facial cleanser, but like anything that's like that starts getting into more like hyaluronic acid or that kind of like treatment that you put on your face that's not your like typical day to day, that it's just one of those things where I want to either get a peel or something like that, then it depends on, I'm not being very eloquent here in the way that I'm describing this, but it depends on the type or level of effect that it would have on my face or on my skin. Sorry.
Okay, that makes sense. And then for you, Kelly?
I pretty much stick to like certain products because I have very sensitive skin and I worry about breakouts. So I try not to stray because I've had bad results and I was pretty traumatized when I stopped using the particular line that I use. So after, let's say I went through about 2 or 3 products and I realized that it wasn't working out. I kind of went back to the old staple. So yeah, I stick to tried and true brands and a particular line, I should say, that has different products. It has tons of products. So yeah, I try not to stray.
Okay, I see. And then for you, Mari?
This sounds really bad. I really don't care for the ingredients that are in my skincare routine just because I've never really had sensitive skin. So I've never really had any sort of like reactions on to like whatever I put on my face. I used to put Victoria's Secret lotion on my face, which you're not supposed to do. So I just have never really cared because like thank God, like hopefully it doesn't happen, but I haven't had like any bad reactions to any ingredients and I don't want to stress myself out with that since I already have enough to worry about.
For sure. And since we're running out of time, I'm just going to ask a quick question to everyone. Hannah, what influences you to buy your cosmetic purchases? Is it social media? Is it television? Is it magazines? Is it word of mouth? Is it
Like makeup or skincare?
I would skincare for this one and makeup.
With skincare, I trust what dermatologists say, and I've heard from like almost all of them that CeraVe is the one, so that's the one that I use. But in terms of makeup, I go off of what my friends are using, and like if they look really good, I'm gonna go buy that product. So it's more of like word of mouth and not so much social media because social media isn't like a real opinion. People are influenced by money, they're paid to say stuff, and so like if my friends say it's good, that's how I know it's good.
Okay, and then how about you, Jocelyn?
For skincare, same as Hannah, dermatologist. And then for makeup, I usually go off of like certain influencers. And I know they get paid, but I do appreciate some of them are actually like medically certified in what they're doing. And so I usually give whatever product they're recommending a try.
And
I
then,
like it.
thank you. And then you, Kelly?
I have a terrible time with makeup. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I said, whenever I choose a product, it never works out. So I, I just kind of don't even bother. I stay away from products because it's never, how can I say, the way I want them to be. So I don't do very well with makeup as far as foundation and different things like that. Yeah.
Okay, and then lastly, you, Maddie, what influences your skincare and makeup purchases?
For me, it's influencers. I love YouTube. Before like TikTok and Instagram, like YouTube was like my holy grail where I was like, I don't have enough money to be spending on these expensive products because I feel like your face is an investment. And if I'm gonna put something on my face, I don't mind splurging. Um, so I would go off Carly Bible, she's my favorite influencer, and I started using CeraVe because of Katie on YouTube. So I would like watch I would you watch YouTube and like make sure like several influencers like had the same thing to say about a certain product. And then I would like go and buy it. I would do my research first though through YouTube, which is probably not smart, but
Okay. Well, that's how a lot of people find their information these days. So that's okay. That's safe to say. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We've run out of time for questions today. For participating in this survey, you will all receive a $50 credit towards makeup, and you can see your way outside where we have some skin-friendly food available for you guys to take home and have. Everyone, thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Natalie.
thank you.
Okay, we're on the very last one. Let's go, Marie. You got this.
Okay. So let me start recording. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. So we are going to be trying to see what the problem is with the lack of Gen Z using Instagram. And so for the reimbursement, just so you ladies know, you'll be getting a $50 Amazon gift card and a cute t-shirt along with a tote bag. So if we can one by one start off by stating your name and what you like to do for your free time.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn, and what I like to do in my free time is try out new recipes. And I'm currently trying to learn how to bake, so that has been my go-to.
Hi, my name is Hannah. In my free time, besides going outside, I like to browse social media, and my favorites are like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine yards.
Thank you.
My name is Kelly Mosley, and I like to walk. I enjoy listening to music. I like to cook, and I like to work in my yard garden.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Natalie. You can all hear me, right? Okay. My name is Natalie, and I like to read and I like to do home improvement and DIY not tutorials. I'm the one who likes to do them. I like to watch them and do them in my house. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
Thank you. And so for Natalie, I have a probing question. So for your DIYs, do you watch them like off social media? Do you watch them like on YouTube? How do you find like your DIYs?
So I follow a lot of DIY influencers on Instagram, and they show up in my algorithm. So I like to uh, receive and follow content based off of that. If I have a specific question, I will look on YouTube of how to do something. But so far, that's all I do is I follow them on Instagram, and then I get inspired, and then I do it to my house.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Nice meeting all of you ladies. And so I wanted to ask you ladies as well, what do you guys prefer? Like, for example, Hannah, do you have like a preference on what application you like to use?
Like social media.
Yes.
Um, I'm kind of an all-around kind of girl. I'm sure if I looked at my actual screen time on my iPhone, it would tell a different story just because I get trapped in scroll paralysis on TikTok. But like if I pick up my phone and I want to go to a social media app really quick, Instagram is almost always the one that I click on.
Perfect. And I wanted to ask you ladies, do you guys all have social medias? And if you do, which applications do you guys have? We can start with you, Kelly.
I like Pinterest. Of course, I'm older. Uh, how can I say person? So I like Facebook, and I like YouTube. I love YouTube. Yeah, I can just listen to all my favorite music, and I could just spend the whole day on YouTube.
Thank you.
That's it.
And then Natalie, you want to go next?
Sure. I use mostly Instagram. I use YouTube for specific areas or questions, or when I'm when I'm confused and need to know how to do something right away. And I use Pinterest for inspiration if I'm looking up like a specific design or something. But those are the three I use. I don't have a TikTok. I'm not wanting to put myself out there like these people do on TikTok, so that's why I don't do it.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
For my personal life, I like to use Instagram the most. I have a Facebook, but I don't use it as much. And then I have for work, I have to log into Twitter basically, and go into that world of hate and destruction. Sorry, not really, but um, but yeah, no, those are my top three, I would say.
Thank you. And then Hannah.
I would say I use TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and then Facebook just to communicate with my family.
Thank you. And then since we're all social media users, I wanted to ask you guys, like, how long do you guys think that you guys spend on social media, like throughout the day? Like, what would you guys say? And we can start with Jocelyn.
Yeah, my weekly screen report for Instagram is probably like, oh, it's more than I like to admit to, like 3 hours a day. It's just like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
I'm also 3 hours a day.
Mine
Thank
is
you.
high, but I would say 3 hours a day. But I have to use social media a lot for work because it's how I keep in touch with clients. So that could be why it's not
Thank
so
you.
much, not all leisure. But yeah.
And Kelly?
Oh, I would say maybe about 2 hours a day.
Perfect. So I also wanted to see, since you guys all spend hours a day on social media, a probing question would be like, what is like the reason that you guys like use social media so much? Is it like to stay like on trend, or the likes? Like, what is it about social media?
Um, one, I mean, one thing that I love about social media is how creative people can be. And so I just love seeing that come out through the way that they post the content, the type of content they're posting. So it's always interesting for me to see that. Um, More than anything, I rarely post, so I'm not looking for likes or anything like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I would second what Jocelyn said. I don't go on social media to post or get likes or like look for attention at all. It's like I go there to talk with my friends and I like to laugh. So I'm watching funny videos all the time. So I guess for entertainment reasons.
Thank you. And Kelly, you want to go next?
Actually, I have to agree with both of the ladies. I really don't comment, and I don't, if people like something that I post, or if I do say something, then that's fine. But just the creativity is incredible. I just love to see, how people express themselves on social media. And also, as Hannah said, for entertainment purposes, it's fun to watch, a lot of the funny videos. And yeah, so pretty much just to see what's going on out there in the world, and, an outlet.
Thank you. And Natalie?
I would say for me, it has a few components. I would say it's probably like half entertainment and then like a quarter for business and then like a quarter for uh, engagement purposes because I have to promote skincare brands. I have to rate them. I have to recommend them to clients, things like that. So so it's like half entertainment, half work for me.
Perfect. And then I believe it was only Hannah that said she used TikTok. Jocelyn, you don't really use it, right? And I know Natalie and Kelly didn't. So for Hannah, I wanted to see like, why do you is there like do you see any like similarities between TikTok and Instagram?
Um, I used to not, and then Instagram copied TikTok and created Reels. So I guess that's the similarity there. Um, I don't know. TikTok is completely different even from Instagram Reels. Like I find that the content is more original. It doesn't feel as manufactured because TikTok like blows up even really really small creators. And so like you could like I've had a few videos go viral, and so it's kind of like seeing this random 13-year-old from Wisconsin making a funny video, and it's that kind of connection that I think is so funny on that platform. Whereas on Instagram, I think oh sorry, that's your timer. Whereas on Instagram, I find
Oh,
that those
yeah.
kinds of viral videos don't blow up. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my last question for you ladies is just what if you guys had to let me see what the question was. What application would you recommend for a friend to use? So we can start with Hannah.
TikTok 100%. You guys need to get on there. It's really funny.
Jocelyn?
I did do a TikTok once, with some friends because I got pushed into, well, not pushed, but like convinced into doing this one dance. But it depends. I think that if I'm talking to a family member and it's like my aunt or my grandma or someone, I would recommend Facebook. And then Instagram would be my second one, even though, yeah, they weren't as original with their reels as they would have liked. I somehow I just love the reels that they scroll through. So
Thank you. And then Natalie?
I don't use TikTok, but if it was like one of my nieces or nephews, I might say, oh, get on TikTok just because of, the content and what's produced on it and, the variety of what there is. And then I guess if it was for like my grandparents, I'd say Facebook, my parents, and then for people in my age group, maybe Instagram. I don't know. I like Instagram because it has everything. But if I had it my way, I might be like, no social media at all. But unfortunately, just not that we're in a world where it's necessary. So you have to adapt. So yeah.
Thank you. And then Kelly?
Well, probably it would be Facebook, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies. Please don't forget to go outside and grab some, cute t-shirts and your tote bag to put your groceries in. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It
Marie.
was fun.
thank you.
Okay, last thing before I end the meeting and the recording, if you guys could all text the email that works best for you so I can email the Zoom recording, and then that way we can all send it into the professor when we have to.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
awesome. Thank you
you.
guys so much.
Bye.